guys get together, I asked Michael this, I mean, you look at all the talent and what you had back in 10 and 11. What goes through your mind when you think about those years?
Just special memories. You know, when we were in the midst of it, the way that I always described it was King Griffey Jr. was my favorite player of all time and was the general favorite of all the kids in my generation. He never played in the World Series. We got to play in 2 of them. So even though we never got that last win that we wanted to, I think we can all look back and realize how special those teams were. And that's talking talent, and that's talking character, personalities, all of the above. So another thing I always said is I never realized the role that chemistry played until I was on those teams. So we always had clubhouses of guys that cared about one another, and that lasts to this day.
When you guys went into 2010, you had a long decade of nothing. And did you guys feel like you're on the verge of something special, or when did you guys feel like, maybe it was when you got Cliff Lee, when did you guys realize that, hey, we got a chance?
So I think you're always going. The players are always going to be believers in themselves, and I still remember the 2009 trade deadline, and Roy Halladay was the big name that was out there, and I think the Rangers were on his no trade list, so I don't think it was going to happen anyway. But I think there was a little bit of disappointment after that trade deadline in 2009 when we didn't really make the big move. But you could kind of see what they were doing. I think Vladdy was kind of like that missing piece to our lineup. They kind of went out and made some cheaper moves, moving CJ to the rotation, going to get Colby from Japan, and then Cliff was obviously the big move during the 2010 season. So I think in hindsight, you can look back and see that the front office did their job right. That 2009 may have been a little early, but I think we as players could see that, hey, we're starting to have the makings of something special.
Everybody good?